Hi, have you ever thought about living sustainably or living off the grid? We've actually got Paul and Sarah in the office with us today who've actually done just that. So have a listen to this interview with them and you too can get the hints and tips from them. And now, Paul, you had a little sideline project of building shipping container accommodation located on a friend's farm. Where did that idea come from?
Either myself and a friend thought we'd conceived the idea of using a shipping container house, but I think that idea is actually as old as the hills. It's just that some people stumble across it for the first time.
Well, we were very interested in sustainable living and basically getting out of the system.
Sure.
And there were several options that we looked at that we could do this with, but shipping containers seemed to be a structurally sound option.
It's a nice standing start, and my idea was to build something, I didn't know what it would be, that was sustainable. Sustainability was what I liked, so I liked the concept of solar power, collecting drinking water, everything, and we'd been introduced to composting toilets, and I thought that sounded fabulous, but what I didn't know was that realistic for someone like me to actually pull off, so I was experimenting. Yes, yes. I came home one day and Sarah said, I've put the house on the market, I've called in your promise that we can move out of suburgatory, which is what Sarah called it.
That's a great name for it. So tell me, is the project finished now, and how long has it taken you to get to this point, and under what circumstances have you had to do it in? For example, do you work?
I work full time, so I'm an engineer and I've got a full-time job. Sarah works full time, but she's got a variety of careers along the way. So
It's taken. This is going into our 6th year of being in Burrell.
Okay.
You see the screen. And it's taken that long because we have both been working. Paul initially obviously had to start off just working at weekends, and he didn't stop for 5 years.
Well, no, for 3 years it was just continuous,
yeah.
But that's because I was working full time.
Okay.
And that got us to viable.
Well, we didn't have a bathroom for 3 years.
Right. Sounds like a challenge.
Yeah.
I think that if anybody was thinking about doing this, if we were going to do it again, I think that we'd probably do it from scratch, but have it in a different location to where we were living. Okay. Whereas we'd actually moved in and were doing it as we were going.
Working around.
We made it much harder by trying to live in it whilst you build it. If you could build it and then live in it, that would be much easier.
This came about by the fact that the house in suburbia was put on the market and it sold within a week.
Oh, okay.
So we thought, it's going to be on the market for a while.
Yeah.
And you'd have time to sort of bring the containers up to scratch for living in.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, within 5 or 6 weeks, we had to move.
Mm-hmm. The best laid plans.
Yes. But we were setting out to have an adventure, not to... This wasn't just a house move or a relocation.
Yeah.
This was an adventure. Now, Sarah had started hinting that she wanted to go rural, and I thought that she wasn't going to make it, and I did not want to buy a house and then her say, I don't like rural.
Okay.
So I was actually having a social experiment on myself to go, could we do this?
Yeah.
And it turns out, absolutely.
Yeah.
Sarah loves it.
Oh, that's great.
Well, city life does not suit everybody, and it certainly doesn't suit me.
Yeah.
And I need to be in nature.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's great. And I think a lot of people think the idea of living off the grid sounds like a great idea, one which they'd like to try, but they're daunted by the prospect and don't really understand how it works. Can you clarify a few things for us? For example, are you connected at all to mains power?
No, not a bit of it. No, we've got solar panels, we've got a battery bank that collects the sunshine, and then we draw it back in the evening. But what we do differently is we live according to our electrical means. So we use the electricity when the sun shines, and we only use a modest amount in the evening when the sunshine goes down. It's a very simple trade-off.
So living around it to make it work the best that
Well,
you can.
when you've got full solar power during the day, you can run anything.
Yeah.
You can run. I make bread in my bread making machine.
Okay, that's great.
There's nothing that you can't run when
Yeah.
it's on with what's called float, which means it's just pure energy.
Right. I was going to say, so you don't have special appliances or
No.
anything? to
No,
switch on?
no. So there was.
We've got freezers, fridges.
We bought all of our white goods from Suburgatory.
Okay.
So it was. We used the same stuff. So you can either go down the 12-volt line, which is the RV, the camper vans, and things like that, which use 12 volts, or you can make enough electricity to run real devices, and we picked that option.
Okay.
So I've got a backup generator, but with the exception of the amazing summer that we've just experienced, it largely doesn't go on.
Right. Okay.
So in actual fact, I've got a kilowatt of solar panels under a tarpaulin that I just haven't been bothered to put up because truthfully, I don't need them.
Don't need them. Okay.
If you're trying to connect to the grid, then you're looking at $10,000 for a power pole. My whole solar setup was about 12.
Wow. Okay.
And and very few ongoing bills.
Yeah.
So if you'd like to put your off-grid house set a long way back from the road on a large acreage, you could spend $60,000 connecting it.
Easy.
Not worth
If you
it.
went shopping with $30,000 for a standalone solar system, you're going to run a palace.
Yeah.
It's not about the solar system, it's about learning how to use it properly.
Okay.
It's about learning not to drain the batteries. It's about learning actually how sustainable energy works and how to use it to the capacity that you need it, rather than, you don't drain your batteries for a start.
Okay.
You have to keep them half full, and if you do that, then the life expectancy of them is much longer.
Much longer. And have you just learnt that from trial and error?
Absolutely.
Research.
YouTube. the University of YouTube. I love it. You just say, what about this? And then you watch videos of people doing it, and they show you step by step. The universe is now a different place. You have all of this wisdom and experience, and you watch real people do it.
Yeah.
And it's not that complicated.
It's fantastic, isn't it? Okay, and you're also off the grid for water and sewerage. How does that work?
It's very simple. Australians have understood this for a very long time. It rains, you collect it, you filter it and you drink it. Okay. You're done. It's that simple.
All our water is filtered.
We filter to a very high degree, so we filter for our normal water just for the washing up down to about 10 microns, but the stuff that we drink, we filter to about half a micron, which is probably better than town water, and our water doesn't have fluoride in it.
And it takes any bacteria or parasites out.
Yes.
And of course heavy metals, which people get from tin roofs.
Right,
And
yes.
ours is
It
tin
takes
roof.
all of that out.
Yeah.
So it's incredibly healthy then.
Absolutely.
We think so.
Much
Yeah.
better. Yeah.
That's good.
We like gas for cooking,
Yeah.
and tall gas bottles with a changeover valve. It's very simple. Done.
Yeah, that's good. I know a lot of people do prefer the gas for cooking, so that's good. Okay, so, and we've just come out of a few weeks of extreme heat in New South Wales. How did you cope with that in your shipping container home? What do you have for heating and cooling?
Well, we've got the solar panels that provide the energy during the day. So when the sun is shining, it's producing the energy to run the air conditioner because we have an air conditioner.
Wow.
and the sunshine drives it.
Yeah.
And we don't do what a lot of houses do. We're not trying to cool down a shopping mall.
Mm-hmm.
We cool down a small livable area, and when the sun goes in, we were still experiencing phenomenal temperatures that Australians just hadn't experienced for as long as they could remember.
Yeah.
I think we saw 49 degrees C
52
on the
it was up there.
52 on Sarah's car thermometer.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That really is crazy, and to be honest, we just put 5 litres into the generator and went go. And at the end of the experience, I think we'd spent a few dollars on petrol that we wouldn't normally have.
But was
we'd
in
so
the day.
done with.
That was in the evenings when we had it on in the evenings.
But you were quite...
Australia's
cool.
Australia's electricity bills are still to come in, and they're going
And
to
we
be
haven't
they're going
got
to be
an
very
electricity
big.
bill.
And you'll be laughing all the way. Okay, and heating, do you have a little fire?
Yeah.
I got an old safe, a
Same.
Chubb safe, and I converted it, and
It's awesome.
it's absolutely amazing.
What a clever man you are.
It produces an insane amount of heat, and what we do is that we just use firewood, but I'm very proud of the fact that we haven't cut down a single tree to provide our firewood.
Just natural.
Nature pushes them over for you, and we've got them spread around the house, and you just go along after they've seasoned, you snip them up, and they keep you warm in winter.
That's great.
Nature provides what we needed. It's been brilliant.
Good. All right, and with the build, did you use recycled building material? Did you use some new, some old, or all new?
It's a mix.
But it is
Wherever I
mixed
could
stuff.
get recycled materials, I will use it.
Yeah.
One of my mistakes was spending my money up front to buy new without realising that I could have done it with a lot of recycled.
Yeah.
And when I ran out of money and then I started doing it, I went, I wish I'd done this before.
Right.
But so there are some things that you do need new, but I'm a real believer in recycling.
Okay.
And we've done a lot of that.
Okay, and that goes back to, like, with your heating and cooling, you've got the whole place insulated as well?
Oh, yeah.
Totally.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah, it is. You'll have to come up and have a look.
Yes, I'd
Tidy
love
it up.
to. That would be wonderful. Okay, now, Sarah, from a woman's point of view, I'd be interested to know, do you have enough space to live in, and especially wardrobe space? How do you cope with that?
I'd like to know how you cope with that.
Well, actually, what I think the life that I live and the job that I do working with herbs is that you don't really need to power dress. And coming from suburbia, where we were in an environment where, yes, I needed lots of different clothes to wear, don't need it.
Don't need it
You just
anymore.
downsize.
Yeah.
Totally. I mean, I've got clothes packed in storage if I need them, but the clothes that I have for like every day, I just have in a wardrobe, and I just use those.
Yeah, and you're happy with that?
Absolutely.
One container is about the size of a 1-bedroom unit in Sydney,
Okay.
and we've got 2 of them.
Great.
So that puts into perspective. If you take a major city and a 1-bedroom unit, that's our living container, and then we've got that again for the kitchen and the bathroom and the laundry.
Right.
And how much space do you need to cook in?
Yes, that's
If
true.
you've got everything around you,
Yeah.
you know, you're not having to walk.
And the more space you've got, the more mess you make, I think, anyway.
Well, it's back to how much stuff do you need?
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
downsize. You don't
Good
need
excuse to downsize, isn't
Absolutely.
it?
Get rid of it.
Now, do you grow your own veggies? Do you have...
We have got a closed-in veggie garden that Paul built, and we've got big planters, and we grow vegetables in there.
So
And
yes,
we've been very successful, yes.
the only thing that we had to do was to make a cage to keep everybody else from shopping in our garden.
Right, yeah, all preloaded.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's
Yes.
worked very successfully.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Sounds delicious, actually.
Yeah.
Now, has the whole project been cost effective? I know you said about the solar, so the whole thing...
We set out to have an adventure, not to build an investment home.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody's looking for a financial savings, then living in a shipping container is probably not the direction you're going. But we are having an adventure. We've been comfortable. We've had a lot of fun, and it's been tremendous. And we haven't had the bills that go with the conventional living.
No.
It's been
Our
brilliant.
sustainable living, it's got to be the way forward.
Yeah,
Solar has got to be the way forward.
the way things are going, that's for sure.
You know, we haven't had any utility bills for nearly 6 years.
Mm.
Now, how much money have we saved
That's right. It certainly would have added up over the
Yeah.
years.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you obviously enjoy your lifestyle now, more so than the city life.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I would never go
It's
back.
different.
No.
Love
different.
Borough, love Borough, love Stroud. You know, I don't want to live anywhere else.
Oh, good. That's what we like to hear. Okay. And do you think you're far more relaxed and healthier from the lifestyle that you have now?
Totally. Totally. I was actually beginning to be very ill in suburbia.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the energy of it, and you know,
My first 3 years were working very hard. I will confess to that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
you were
so when I was
build.
doing the building, I did work very hard.
Yeah.
But any owner builder would be able to relate to that experience.
Yeah.
Um,
And it's good
but-
exercise too.
But we've traded noisy neighbours for wallabies.
noisy
Wallabies this tall that look in our bedroom window to see what we're up to.
Oh, gorgeous.
And the birds, they just come down and
Yeah. Oh,
Give those
I'd
some
like some photos of that, please.
yeah.
Okay, so finally, would you do it all again?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I came
well,
for an
when-
adventure, and we've been living an adventure. It was that was the whole point, and it was an experiment in, do we want to live sustainably off grid, in a natural environment? The answer is yes.
Oh, totally. I wouldn't.
And now I know. Now I know that you can do it.
Yes.
You
you've done
can't
it.
you can't push the veil back.
Mhm.
It's been hard work, there's no doubt about it, and I don't think every woman could actually have lived like I lived to start with.
Mhm.
But being in the environment that we were in, on the top of a mountain, with all that nature, was better that I didn't have a shower and I was washing in a bucket
Yeah,
than living in suburbia.
sure.
There was no
so
comparison.
small sacrifices.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
it's all come round. We've got a beautiful bathroom now.
Yeah.
You know, so, and I don't really want to go back into living in a house. I want to find the right location to put the containers.
Great. That sounds good. All right. Well, we'll try and help you with that. That's for sure.
That's great.
So, there are links. We'll put this up as a blog and we'll provide links to everyone to your ebooks and also to the YouTube link.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
If
That's
you
very
want to
kind.
have a look.
Great.
Thank you so much for sharing your amazing story with us. And hopefully, it will, even if it helps one person just to take that next step that they've been dreaming of, I think it'll be well worth it.
Well, if anybody's interested in how to build a house from shipping containers, and it's all in the ebooks,
Great.
step by step with videos
Yeah.
on how to do it. But please remember to get permission from the council.
Sure. Okay. Go the right way about it.
Yes, because they're
Absolutely.
very open and they
Yeah.
will help you.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people do ask, what's the council like to deal
Don't do
with,
it
so-
without council permission.
Yeah. And I just wanted to finally say thank you so much for being here, for being part of our community. We love having you guys here.
Oh.
We're so glad that you chose Wirral.
We couldn't choose anywhere else.
Aw.
It's just a fabulous place, and it's so up and coming.
Yeah.
I mean, it's beginning to get that cosmopolitan feel,
It
isn't it?
is, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
starting to be discovered. So,
Yeah.
and that's what we do at R&R Property. We specialise in tree changes, so we help people coming from the city to the country. So, yeah.
Well, you do an excellent job of it, Denise.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Denise.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome. That was good.
Yeah.
You did very well.